Well, hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. This segment is on It's Personal, It's Smart, It's Business. This is Marty and Cheryl Turner, Master Coordinators with Shaklee. We are so excited that you're joining us for another segment. Make sure that you pause as we go through this very quickly and get back with the person who thought enough to share this video link with you. We are here to help you to grow your business and to stretch and grow in everything you're doing in life, because this applies to everything more than just Shaklee.
That's right.
So with that, let's go ahead and get started and talk a little bit more about our training for today. The first thing we want to talk a little bit about is that people are looking for a number of different things. They're looking for better health. They're looking for better choices. They're looking for extra income. They want to make some cash. Well, the cool thing about it is that we have solutions to these economic challenges, the healthcare concerns, et cetera. You think about what's happening right now with mortgages. People are really worried about interest rates going back up, although they've been, very, very low for a long time. 401ks over the years have turned into 201 or now 101ks. So that's not going to be worth what it was when it comes to retirement. People are being downsized. They're being right-sized. They have credit card debt more than ever before. Premiums are going up for healthcare. They're worried about their parents' health, the obesity of their adult children, and even small kids now. And of course, everyone that I'm talking to, there's always talk about all the different things from asthma to arthritis to diabetes and all these other things that are on the increase. And so we need to share with people a better way, a solution to the problems that plague so many people.
Right. And I'm in the middle of the baby boomers. I'm exactly in the middle. Every school I went to from first grade through high school. Well, I missed the new high school by 1 year, but my elementary school, my middle school, my junior high were all brand new schools because they had to build more schools because there were so many boomers. Well, guess where we're going now? Now we're going into senior housing, and we're worried about money to retire. And Marty and I have both gone through this, taking care of our parents. He still has his mom, but we both I lost my mom and my dad, and he lost his dad. And the premature aging that's caused by all of the things that Marty just talked about. And it creates more illness and fear. And we are all facing way too much of that today. And fear reduces our immune strength. It opens our body to weakness, and our brain doesn't function at the level it should when we're scared. So we really need to help people not be afraid. We need to help our kids and our grandkids. And that was something Marty and I explained. Our grandkids asked us if we were afraid. We had COVID, and we said, no, we had COVID. COVID didn't have us.
That's right.
And that helped us get through that battle a lot better, I believe. And then people would like more time, more money. They'd like to travel more. I was a travel agent for 25 years, so I can prove that I would work for travel. And, having that less stress and more lifestyle is huge, and it has a huge impact on our health and on our family's health. And maybe you want to spend more time with your family and friends, or maybe you want to get away from them. Marty and I just booked a 10-person condo, so we like having them around for our Florida vacation. And building health, whether it's our physical health, joint health, brain health, living green helps us stay healthier. And we've seen that as our grandchildren have grown up in this business, basically.
Right.
And everybody's talking about reduce, reuse, recycle, be aware. And this is the only planet we're going to have. We have to take care of it.
Absolutely. Well, so here, let's talk a little bit now about, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's what's so important when we talk with people and engage with people, to be genuine and authentic. Talk a little bit more about that.
Right. We need to find out where they're at. We need to talk about things that are important to them and really focus on what they say. You have to really put your big ears on and remember their families, their hobbies, their sports, the trips, or if they like to travel, where to.
Yeah.
And really show that you're interested in them. And don't write this all down while you're talking to them. But as soon as you leave or go to the restroom or excuse yourself, you can go in. There's a little note feature on our phones that you can just talk it into your phone, so you will remember what you talked about if you're not taking our mental acuity or mind works. That has improved our brains. I mean, it increases your
cognitive abilities by 300%.
Your memory and focus by 300%.
Yeah.
And the little picture here says the deepest craving of human nature is the need to be appreciated. And I love what Maya Angelou said. She said, people may not always remember what you said, but they'll always remember how you made them feel.
That's right. Absolutely. One of the big things when we talk about this process of engaging with people is the idea of, active listening, and the idea that you're not waiting to say what you want to say, that you're actively listening to what they're saying, so that when you're engaging in that conversation, you're going to be able to get the most out of what it is that they're trying to convey. So number one, being attentive, obviously, good eye contact, nodding and smiling. Number two, asking open-ended questions so that they can elaborate. And then also asking, maybe follow-up probing questions, and asking for clarification. One of the big things is that people want to be understood.
Right.
And we always say that, interesting people, you need to show interest for them to be, that they'll think you're the most interesting person
Right.
when you show interest in what they're talking about. Paraphrase, also one of the big things too is to be attuned and reflect feelings.
Yeah.
One of the things that body language is very, very important. So it's not so much what you say, but it's how you say it.
Yeah.
What your body and what your face is doing while you're saying it. Summarize what they said, and then you'll absolutely be able to feel like you're getting more from what it is that they're trying to share with you. And for some people,
Right.
it's hard to really actively share. So you might have to
Right.
kind of be super patient with them, and ask good questions to be able to make sure that you know exactly where they're at and where they're what they're feeling.
Right. Especially if you're in a face-to-face. And, we can do a lot on Zoom that I think people don't feel quite as, worried about, what they're going to say, or what you're saying, even that there's a lot that we can just keep it simple. Good questions are the answer, like, how are you doing? And don't do the Wendy Williams, how you doing? Mean it. How are you doing? And there's a lot of people today who feel like they've been asked that question, but people don't really care. So definitely, like Marty said, make eye contact, whether you're on Zoom or in person, and wait for their answer. And then if they do open up and they start talking and they bring up COVID, you can say, has COVID changed your life? It changed our lives. We had to cancel a whole bunch of trips. And ask them how. How did it change their life? I mean, it might be something that we can't even imagine. Maybe they lost their job.
Right.
Maybe their children are having issues. And there's a lot of kids right now in school that are having major issues. And whether they're in-person learning or Zoom learning, this has been so hard for these kids. It's been almost 2 years of concentrated pressure and stress. And they are not built for that. Adults are not built for that flight or fright 24/7. And a lot of us have been under that. I know I lived in that for 10 years after I became single, and it caused a lot of physical challenges, but our children are living it now too. And so whatever we can do to ease their pain and to help them not be afraid, there's never been a more important time to let them know how much you believe in them and ask how they adjusted. And if they have a health challenge that could have come from that, ask, do you know what caused it? And then just say, like, I'm in the wellness business. A lot of info crosses my desk. Would you like me to send you some natural options? And that's not invasive. It's just you're asking permission. And maybe it will help them, but say, I can't promise you anything, but I may have info that could help.
Right. Yeah, it's really one of those things that it's so important. It's all in the questions and the fact that you are engaging with them so that they know how much you care. So talk about perception, and what helps them see what you see.
And when people talk about, I can't afford the products, I think back to a time in my life when I couldn't have either. And I let them know that the most expensive supplement is one that doesn't work. Like if they're spending money at some of these other stores and buying things like I used to, I'd buy stuff on sale or outdated even. And that wasn't helping me or my children. But if they find 3 people who want to feel healthier or want better brain health or want to look younger, then theirs can be free. And sometimes people don't understand what it is that we do. Working from home is so smart, and it is so in the norm today. It's in mainstream.
Right.
There's never been a better time to talk to people about working from home, making a few extra bucks.
Absolutely.
But a lot of people don't understand what we're doing. And they see a picture like this. And this was a picture I took from an airplane, and I put it on my sister's desk. And she said, Cheryl, what is this? And I came over to her behind the desk with her. We're both looking at it. And I'm like, I don't know. Where did I take that? And I had just had a group to Hawaii. I took like 700 people. I think I had 350 from Australia and 350 from the US. We met in Hawaii, and I knew it had to be there somewhere. And I thought, well, it must have been when I was flying over one of the islands. It looks like some kind of an imprint or something. I don't know. And when my other sister came in, she goes, wow, what a great shot of Diamond Head. We were looking at it upside down, and we couldn't tell what it was. And that's how people feel when they look at network marketing or MLM or working from home. They don't understand it. And they think they're going to have to make money off their friends. We still have some good friends who think that. We wholesale these products. They could be healthier, smarter, and look younger, but they don't want us to make money off them. And all we want to do is help them. And so you can ask people that. Would you like to help people feel better or think better or look better? Or do you like to help people get value for their hard-earned money? That's something I've always done. If I find a sale, I'll tell everybody who will listen, hey, go over there. You can get the same thing for a lot less, because I want people to get the most bang for their buck.
Absolutely. Well, and here's the other thing is that not everyone's going to get it when you first approach them. So what I want to talk about now is the fortune is in the follow-up or the follow-through. You know, one of the really interesting things too, when you think about the industry that we're in, and this blew me away too, is that 82% of the people in the US that make $100,000 a year or more, that's six-figure income, do it through a home-based business networking company.
I never made six figures before Shaklee.
Which is pretty incredible when you think about that. And so why should we be sharing with these people? Because people are looking for what we have. Lifestyle, the income opportunity, the incredible products. 50% of the people never follow up with their prospect after they share something with them, thinking that they're going to get around to it and actually call you back. Well, when they say, I'll think about it, they probably are thinking about it. But if you don't follow up, they're not going to follow through and call you.
Except some people are online marketing and they'll find them and then they'll sponsor them instead of you.
That's true.
Never been more important to follow up.
That's right. 12% of the people only make 3 contacts and then stop. They don't want to feel like you're bugging them or nagging them. And if you know you have this gift, this incredible gift of an income, incredible gift of great health, you should continue to offer that gift to them until they say no. And 10% of the people don't make more than 3 contacts.
Yeah, only 10% make more than 3 contacts.
Yeah, so that's pretty incredible when you think about it. But if you were to do that and you were to go out there and share, 2% of the sales are made on the first contact, which is great. But 10% are made after the 4th contact, which is like work, because that's like, now I got to follow up 4 times. And then 80%, this is the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the success happens for the people that are willing to follow up 5 to 12 times. Now, listen, you might feel like you're bugging them, but as long as you do it in a way where you know that in love, you're trying to help them and support them, not nag them, be persistent, don't be a pest.
That's right.
All right, there you go. So let's talk about running the numbers and what this can mean for you as it will grow over time. So, you know, we show this idea of, you know, master coordinator and, you know, oh my gosh, that's such a big position. And it is, it's a great accomplishment. But the idea is that if you were to break this down into years or months, and then how many distributors sponsor how many distributors, and if everyone was just to get two get two who get 2. Now, we're not talking about multiplication. We're just talking about duplication here.
Right.
The average in this industry is 2.3 distributors per person. So this is doable. It just takes time for everyone to do what they need to do.
And consistent effort.
And over time, you can see whether it's 11 years or if you go really fast and it's in 11 months, that you could have over 1,000 distributors that are all using 100 PV or more in purchase volume. And that would be over 100,000 PV, which makes you a master coordinator. Now,
and you
of course,
impacted all those lives.
Now you need a lot of course, leaders along the way, et cetera, but that all happens. And I just want you to see that it is about running the numbers.
That's right.
So let's talk a little bit more about the idea of what we do and how we do it, because we got to go out there and be bold.
That's right. And that was something that I didn't like, being bold and talking to people about my business, but I didn't have a choice. When I first started network marketing, I was a single mom with 3 kids and 3 jobs. It was my only way out of some of those jobs. So I did learn to talk to people and find out where they were and where they wanted to be. And this was something Marty has said from day one. Yeah,
absolutely. Be bold and great and mighty forces will come to your aid. Now, it's funny because we didn't know exactly who came
We
up
thought it
with
was
that quote.
Vangetti, but it's Basil King.
That's right. And so I love that quote, because if you step out in faith and you're willing to be bold, great and mighty forces will come to your aid. And that's the amazing part of how the harder you work, the luckier you get, because you're rewarded for those efforts.
That's right. We're here to help you every step of the way.
Absolutely. So with that, let's talk about and wrap up kind of where we're at. Now, remember, this business, it is about personal,
Very personal.
about taking care of people. It is a smart business to be involved in. It's smart. We talk about, remember, SMART stands for Shaklee
Micronutrient advanced release technology. Yeah, but that's not what we're talking
I
about
know,
here today.
but I just thought I would share
aren't
that.
you grateful that somebody shared Shaklee with us?
Absolutely.
Where would we be today?
Well,
if we hadn't come to Shaklee?
Well, let's just say this. It's not just about business, although this is an incredible business. I may not have a wife. She may not have an arm.
We wouldn't have this house.
We wouldn't. Yeah. I mean, there's just so many things that we can attribute in just amazing time. We're talking 17 years on what this has changed our life for the forever,
and what
for
we've
our
done for our
children's
kids
children
and grandkids. I mean, with 2 special needs grandsons, and both of them are so far above the curve of what the doctors gave them, that they would end up being when they were babies. And now they're both doing phenomenal. And a lot of it has to do with the nutrition and the green cleaners.
Right. And be there for the children, to help them and support them that are using the products.
And we wouldn't have been able to buy that gorgeous wedding gown for Ashley.
I was going to say, not having to say
and
no.
A few of the other things.
Yeah, not having to say no to those, requests and those, people that are in need, our children and others. We've given a lot to our church and charities, and those types of things really come back.
I found a T-shirt the other day. It said, "I saw it. I told Nana, I got it."
There you go.
I thought I was going to buy it, but it hits too close to home.
That is Cheryl's happy place for sure, when she can shop and buy and get a deal for anyone and everyone that she loves. And it doesn't matter. She just loves shopping.
I like getting people things.
She's got shopping angels.
I have a gift.
So with Shaklee, we have been gifted an incredible business and incredible health, and we want to keep sharing that gift with as many people as possible. So as you know, it's time. So let's go get it.
Shaklee's positioned as a leader in both the wellness industry, the green industry, the work at home industry. Our leader, Roger Barnett, is so well known in all these different circles in and out of network marketing. Yeah. He brought it into the 22nd century, not just the 21st century, but the stars are in alignment.
Absolutely. So ask the person who shared this video with you so that you can find out how to get more information and get a piece of this $1 trillion pie. As I always say, the pie is so big, you don't even need a piece. Just the residue left over on the knife as it passes through a pie like this can make you a lot of money. And we are very blessed and highly favored. So I hope that you'll join us, get back with the person who shared this with you, get your questions answered, and let's get started. And we will see you at the top. Take care, everyone.